Today we are having a call in 5 minutes with a new lead. This one comes actually from a project that I did the first year that I was freelancing. I don't remember which year was that, but it was a project that I did for a lamp company called Orluna, and I did, I don't know, 120 renders. And at that time it was a beefy budget. It still is up until this day, but the amount of work required didn't really match the budget because it was way too much. It's also the kind of project that extended for a long period of time. So now we're going to have a chat with one of the designers of those products for his new brand and see what's about and see if it's something that really interests the studio, because we are still not sure about that. Let's hop on the call and see what we can get from it. On the other side, I also advanced quite a bit with the Anibal project. We've made some progress and we have like further selections. So I'm actually preparing like different sets of the thing that we are making. Hopefully that won't extend much longer, but it's actually been quite fun to play with. Other than that, the other project is basically done. We had some small changes that came yesterday, and I actually told them that we were going to add some budget to the project, but we managed to do all the changes real quick so it doesn't interfere with other stuff. I decided not to add anything to the budget. So as I always say, it's always better to keep the client happy without giving way too much, as it's something that we actually made in half a day. I don't think it's worth putting that pressure in the client to get a little bit more money. So other than that, no more updates. I'll see you in a bit.
Hello. Give me a second because I can't hear you. Yeah, I was just saying that thank you for the introduction. It's all looking really interesting. I really like that you are dividing the brand into different sub-brands, each with their own story and their own mission. I just want to have a clear idea of what's basically required, yeah. There's definitely chances to make it grounded in reality, so we don't go too abstract, but also maybe there's moments where we can use these graphic elements that we have for the branding. Want to showcase also the 6 different products. It's going to be just about one. It's more of an evocative, aspirational piece for the brand. Product focus with a mix with architecture and some plan. I actually will ask you this question, but I'm not sure if it's worth making like a ballpark estimate without we have like a clearer vision, or should we maybe have a chat with and come together with something a little bit more refined? Well, maybe that's something that we can include as an extra, as we usually do in the estimate. Yeah, I think we are quite aligned on what the next steps are going to be. Thanks so much for the introduction. Really hope we can make it work. Perfect. Thanks so much. Have a good weekend. Bye bye.
Change is constant, learning to flow. All the unknown, lemons thrown. May look different from what you've dreamed. Colors and contrast.
Also, I've been told that I need to start saying that you need to please hit like and subscribe on these videos. I'm the worst YouTuber ever, but apparently this is needed, so you know what to do. Thank you so much. Bye bye. So maybe this is useful for someone. We are using Figma as our main source of operations. We are not just handling the teams and the projects, because that's where we have the R&D presentations, production, all assets. We have like a main hub for each of the productions, and that works really easily because it's really nice to just drop the feedback there and the team can see it live. It's really smooth. But we are also using it for the production. We keep track of the invoices, quotes, NDAs, agreements, all sorts of stuff. Also, sorry, I forgot to say, all this is thanks to Clem, because he's the one that convinced me to use Figma. At first I was a little bit reluctant, but I have to say I'm loving it. We are just still using Pitch for the main presentation of Blanco Boy because we still have to redesign that on Figma. But other than that, we are full Figma right now. So what we're going to do is we'll probably put some numbers now and look for some rough references of things that I imagine that could work for this kind of project. And maybe today, or if not next week, we'll hop on a call. So I'm gonna get to work. I'll see you in a bit. So this is a new week. Weekend was awesome. I spent the whole weekend playing Stardew Valley on the Steam Deck. And for this week, I need to catch up with Anibal to see what he thinks about the progress on the project that I was doing with him. On Friday, I actually got to finish the budget and we are going to send it today. Besides that, yeah, Patreon is coming, a new video. It's about making some weird inflated furniture in a procedural way, which is really good. Besides that, what else? Yeah, well, remember that I was saying that I was thinking about making a new project for the studio. I got in touch with a brand from Colombia. I worked with them in the past, and actually I know the owner is a good friend of mine. There's a chance we are going to make a small collaboration for their new collection of furniture. So yeah, maybe if I have time, I will start to develop those ideas. As that's going to be like a portfolio piece, maybe I can share the full process of that without getting too much into it, because I don't want to make tutorials. I just want to talk and spit nonsense. So yeah, let's see how the week unveils. I'll see you around. Let's make a quick update. Yesterday I went to another exhibition. It was actually in the same place as the previous one that you saw on a couple of videos ago at Mini, the furniture showroom. After I went to the first one, I actually got invited to this second one by the showroom themselves. And also I got to speak with some of the people that were organizing the exhibition. It was about the prisons that exist in Cuba. And you know, the political situation in Cuba has been really difficult for a long time. It was made by a Cuban artist. It was actually really enlightening to know more about that part of the world. Besides that, we have a couple of leads going on in the shadows. Nothing is confirmed yet. I have confirmation though that the project that we were doing is totally wrapped up, so that's really cool. I've been having some up and downs this week. When I have a little bit more free time, you start to overthink things. You start to think about different ways of making more money or marketing the studio in a different way. But I think it all comes down to just making work that people like. In the 3D industry, I don't think it's that important the way you market yourself, but I still have some ideas on how to do it in case I need to. It just feels cheap in a way because you don't see studios promoting themselves. Actually, something that's been used in all different industries, is just that in ours it's not that common, I guess. So other than that, I'm starting to think about one of the collaborations that we have going on. We have also some other collaborations in the shadow that are not confirmed, but I'm starting some conversations with really cool brands, and that's really awesome. But right now I have one confirmed that I'm starting to develop, so probably I will have some time to tell you about the process. But first I need to gather some references and share them with the brand to see if we are aligned. Obviously, as it's a collaboration, the one thing I ask for is absolute freedom. I had some ideas yesterday. I was feeling like super dumb because, well, I don't know, that's the creative process and the way my brain works. And suddenly I saw one idea in my mind and I got all excited, and yeah, my mood changed completely. So let's see how the project goes. So I ended up showing absolutely nothing. I got started with the art direction and the general direction of what I want to do, but I have to present it to the brand first. But yeah, I have some ideas, as I know that I'm going to have a lot of freedom. I'm not too constrained by that, but well, yeah, thoughts are starting to come to my mind lately. I've been a little bit inspired, but yeah, I want to really sit down and do more 3D because it's been a while since I don't do any 3D at all, like besides client work. Was actually a little bit bored, but I feel the urge of creating new stuff. I have to say I lost a lot of time in recording the videos and also making some content for Instagram, all that shit. Started to realize that maybe this content works for YouTube, but the one that I was trying to do for Instagram is not working that much because my audience is used to see my 3D work, and the work that I'm posting right now is a little bit random about the studio life. but it's not adding much. So yeah, maybe I should just focus on doing some actual 3D work, because that's what works better. Other than that, we finally got the second call with one of the brands that we were speaking with. It seems that the project is going to move forward. It changed a little bit, but yeah, we had a really nice call. Yeah, it was one of those calls in which the client doesn't really know how the 3D workflow works, because they are used to do live footage. So you have to guide them and make them feel comfortable with all the process, and also make them trust your vision. So that's exactly what I did. I ran them through all the questions that they had, and I also explained all our workflows, how I usually like to do the creative side of things. So before we actually start the 3D production, we have like a clear understanding of the stuff that the client likes, the stuff that they don't like. In this case, it's quite important because there's a couple of key elements that need to be in the film, maybe some simulations or a hand or something like that. So we also told him how we usually handle that stuff, trying to make things look good but not make them absolutely realistic. It's more about making it graphic, beautifully looking, rather than just using like a, I don't know, water simulation that looks like really odd or perfect. We don't want to make it super realistic. We want to make something that has a little bit more intention. They are totally aligned with our points. Now we are going to be moving into the creative deck. We're going to make a short presentation in which we can present different routes, ideas, ways of showing X things or Y things, depending on what the client prefers. I also need to finalize the Anibal project, not finalize, but move a little bit forward. We have, out of, I don't know, 9 different objects that we need to do, we have 8 of them blocked. So that's really good. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all for this week. Next one, it will be fun, I guess. So yeah, see you around.